the promenade link. This figure begins moving a long line of dance, pointing diagonal wall, slow, quick, quick, and we finish facing diagonal wall. We'll try that again. Again, it commences moving a long line of dance, pointing diagonal wall, slow, quick, quick, and finishes facing diagonal wall. Now for the man's timing and alignments. We commence this figure moving a long line of dance, pointing diagonal wall, slow, quick, quick, and we finish facing diagonal wall. And now for the man's foot positions. We have left foot to the side in promenade position, right foot forward and across in CBMP in promenade position, left foot to the side, small step without weight. And from a different alignment, we have left foot to the side in promenade position, right foot forward and across in CBMP in promenade position, left foot small step to the side with no weight. And now the footwork. We have heel, heel ball, inside edge of ball of foot.
And now for the ladies' timing and alignment. This figure will commence moving along the line of dance, pointing diagonal center, slow, quick, quick, and finish backing diagonal wall. The foot positions for this figure will be right foot to the side in promenade position, left foot forward and across in CBMP in promenade position, right foot to the side, small step without weight. And now from a different alignment. Right foot to the side in promenade position, left foot forward and across in CBMP in promenade position, right foot to the side, held without weight. And now for the ladies' footwork. We have heel, heel ball, inside edge of ball of right foot.
And now for the technique in this figure. Gentlemen, we'll take you first. So again, your weight is beginning standing on your right foot. What I want you to focus on in your promenade is that the feet are beautifully lined up and parallel. We do not want to have any unusual foot positions here. Okay? You want to feel that your blocks of weight are lined up. You do not want to take your weight in being over the right foot. You do not want it too far back. You want it to be very vertical so that there's a little bit of pressure in the inside edge, the ball of the left foot. Now, from this position, even though our knees are already flexed, you must communicate to the lady that we're going to move off through the promenade position. So as you flex through the leg, I want you to start shifting your weight through and across the feet. That way you can signal to the lady that it is time to move through in our promenade. So I'll demonstrate that for you. So we have an additional flex, we move across the foot, and then we move through in our promenade position. Now, we continue with the next two steps. We have slow, quick. Now, of course, we have forward and across in CBMP. In promenade position on the right foot, what I want you to feel from this position is that if you were to turn your hips slightly to the right, you're creating a torquing action. I want you to feel through your entire right front, from the knee, thigh, hip, and from the right side of your body, you're going to then rotate from right to left. She's going to feel that lead and she's going to roll across your body to a closed position. Now, in doing that, you also want to feel that your elbow points, as you step to the side, are going to rotate back to diagonal wall. So, in promenade position, again, we have basically three alignments here. Within the body, we have the alignment of the feet, we have the low center, which is your belly button, to the right of the feet, and we have the high center, which is your sternum, which is slightly to the right of that. So I'll turn sideways to the camera so you can see this. So my elbow points and sternum are more to the wall. So as I move through in promenade position, I'm going to rotate off that right leg, feeling the whole axis point of that right side. Now my elbow points will rotate to the left to face diagonal wall. So it's very important that you allow the arms or the elbow points to move with the torquing or unwinding of your base. So I'd like to do that with Heather. So we have slow, quick, quick. And of course, when we have our side position with the left foot. You want to keep the abdominal muscles lifted up, lengthened, keeping your body and head weight in the correct position.
And now for the ladies' technique on this figure. Now ladies, my favorite exercise for promenade position is simply to loop the left arm underneath the man's shoulder, and I want you to just put both of your hands on his left shoulder and feel the body location here. We'll just face the camera. Okay, now the reason why I like to do this is because as I start to drive in promenade position, my second step with my body, I want to stay behind the man's hip. Now, this always gives me a great feeling of where I should be. Quite often in promenade position, when we start to drive, two things happen. We start to drive the upper body too quick and we leave the hips behind. And I want you to feel like the hips and the bottom rib at all times will stay lined up. Try not to move the hips too quickly and try not to move the head weight or shoulders too quickly off the base. It's very, very important to feel the lineup of the blocks of weight when we start to move in anything in dance, but especially in promenade. There's an eagerness to move to actually get ahead. And the way the body fits together, ladies, this is a gentleman, and the lady fits behind the man's right hip. When we start to move, quite often what tends to happen too early before the man has given us the lead to close is we start to line up with each other. And when the hips start to become absolutely perfectly lined up like this, things in the upper body for the ladies start to change shape. So ladies, when you're in promenade, try and feel that the weight is danced down into that left hip. You're picking up the right side of your back. Your head is held in a very, very natural position. And as we start to flex, we have slow, quick. Now, as Victor gives me that momentum, I don't want you to try and do anything yourself, ladies. I want you to listen to what your partner has given you as a lead. And I want you to flex down into the left leg and simply allow that foot to turn so that you can get actually into the linking action. So, ladies, what I want you to try and feel as well is because we're turning back to our left this way, I don't want you to try and allow your head to go with the momentum of your feet. Quite often from this position, when we close, the head comes off the left foot. So the most important thing as well is to keep the head the whole time when you start to turn onto this changing of position, is that you bring your head immediately back on your left foot and do not allow it to stay in promenade position. So being able to stay behind the man's right hip, keeping down into the hip joints, remembering where your location is on the body for the first two steps, then listening to the man's hips. Please do not try and initiate this yourself. Keep your head over your left foot and stay beautifully balanced in the man's right side.